Hey there, coach and pro mountain ultra trail runner Sage Canaday here to talk about improving your 5K time, whether you're gearing up for cross country season, maybe you're in high school or you're in college. Actually in college in the US you run more 8K or 5 mile. Maybe you're looking to improve your ParkRun 5K time or just a 5K track or road race. These tips are also kind of applicable to 8K or 10K. Those are longer distance events. I was better at the 10K in college, but I did run a 5K in 14:29 on a certified track, indoor track meet at Penn State, early season when I ran Division I college here in the US. And some of the workouts and tips that got me there I'll include in this video. So let's get started. All right, so gearing up for high school cross country season. You know, it's a summer sport that's played out in the fall. Hopefully you've got in a decent aerobic base of some miles and consistent training in the summer. But the thing is, you don't want to go super hard on any given session early season, right? You're gonna have a lot of races, maybe 8, 10 5K races in a cross country season. And you're gonna be burned out by the end of the season if you race all those all out. So ideally you're getting faster. Now, obviously with cross country, it depends on the course, depends on the hills. Some aren't even accurate. I was running a lot of 15:30s, 15:20 types of times for 5K in high school. I actually ran 15:17 listed as my PR. I actually ran 15:07 in that race, but I measured the course with my digital wheel the next day because I was skeptical, and it was like 80 meters short. So we said 15:17, but I was running pretty high mileage to do that in high school. For a high school runner, you know, you don't want to get injured. That's the number one thing. But if you're running easy and you're able to talk to your friends when you run, you're usually not going too fast. So, you know, my coach was pretty low mileage, 30, 40 miles a week during the season, 50K, 65K a week. But of course I pushed the envelope a little bit, up to 60 miles a week, 100K a week, quite often for some weeks early season in the summer. Mostly just easy paced mileage though, talking with your friends, having fun. But if you get aches and pains, you don't want to get hurt. So that's the important thing. Slow your easy days runs down, be able to talk. When I started high school cross country running with advanced guys, the seniors, we go at a 6-minute mile pace. Every day was like a tempo run. Big risk for injury and burnout. Yeah, it gets you in shape really quick. So does busting 200s on the track really hard and aerobic work, which my coach also had us do. But the biggest workouts after that, besides trying to be consistent when racing early season races and keeping the mileage a little bit higher for that first 4 weeks in the early season, was to do longer threshold types of workouts, like tempo runs, 20 minutes at about 80% effort after a warm-up and cool down. And then doing things like 400-meter repeats or hill repeats even. And the other key workout, other key bread and butter workout, it's always helped me in my 5K, is kilometer repeats. 5 times 1,000 meters, right? We did some repeat half miles, 800s. We did some mile repeats, but 5 times a kilometer. Sometimes I'd even do 6 or 8 times a kilometer. That's more higher mileage advanced training. Sometimes it would be on a track. Sometimes it'd be on a cross country course. And sometimes it would be with 1-minute rest, sometimes 2-minute rest. The idea is to run around 5K pace, 5K effort, sometimes a little faster, and work on that specific aerobic power, right? You're breathing pretty hard, your legs are working pretty hard, you're getting that 5K pace down, doing long kilometer repeats. Then also, you know, 400-meter repeats. They don't have to be sprints. They could be much faster than 5K pace though, because you're only on 400 meters. So 8 times 400 meters, 10 times 400 meters, even 12 times 400 meters. Often on a track, I do for leg turnover at closer to like 3K pace or your 2-mile race pace with a pretty short rest. It's still mainly aerobic if you keep the rest at like 1.5 minutes, less than 2-minute rest. So they're not all out, but you could run fast with good form, and it works on that other gear, that kicking gear. Now, the other great thing for cross country or park runs is to do hill training. And these, you wouldn't do 400s every week. Maybe one week you're doing hill repeats, 2-minute hill repeat up 5% grade or some hill on your cross country course. Hills are speed work in disguise. They build strength. So if you're doing hill repeats 6 times 2 minutes, pretty steady, hard effort. Maybe develop a little lactic acid, but you're walking down recovery. It's not a brutal session. It definitely can be at the end of the season though. But you're working on that power running up hills, because you have to negotiate hills on a lot of cross-country courses. You have mud and all sorts of obstacles too. So that could be in lieu of the 400 meter repeats. And of course you could do all sorts of variations on that, half-mile repeats, faster than 5K pace. But those were the key bread and butter workouts. Besides just boosting my mileage up a little bit and taking my easy days easy, that allowed me to lower my time in the 5K the most. Of course, I was a better 10K runner and even marathon runner by the time I got to university. But in high school, running the 5K cross country, that was my main season, main sport. And you know, I got down to, at the state meet, wasn't the fastest course, I ran 15:48. Galen Rupp, same age as me, won that year. He barely snuck under 15 minutes on that course. So, you know, I was 48 seconds behind Galen Rupp in that race, many places. But it just goes to show, you keep consistent, you stay healthy, you mix in some of this speed work, not too hard, especially early season. You could also race your way into shape as the season progresses, right? You run some more tactical 5K races, run a lot of 5K races where you go out a little slower the first mile, first 1600, and then really try to work the second half of the race. The middle of the race is when guys really slow down. You need to be passing people. You pass people in the second mile, you pass people in the 3rd and 4th kilometer, then you hope you can muster up a kick for the finish. That's a good way to really improve your placing in cross country if you want to help out the team. But I hope these tips are helpful. Again, check out my other videos on the playlist. 5K training tips, 10K running form, injury prevention, nutrition. We've got it covered on here. VO2 Max Productions. Thanks for subscribing. Hope your training's going well. Stay tuned for more.